Hello, esteemed gentlemen. True power lies not in the strength to dominate, but in the wisdom to understand what others cannot see. In a world obsessed with labels and hierarchies, the Sigma male stands apart, not because he seeks to, but because he simply doesn't fit in. He's the man who moves through life with an almost invisible force, unnoticed, yet undeniably present, wielding gifts that most people wouldn't recognize, even if they were spelled out in front of them. These hidden gifts aren't flashy or loud. They're subtle, powerful, and absolutely devastating when fully realized. Today, we're peeling back the layers to reveal the extraordinary, often misunderstood talents that every Sigma male is born with, the very gifts that make him a force to be reckoned with in ways the world may never truly grasp. Buckle up, because what you're about to discover is nothing short of extraordinary. Number 1. Intense curiosity. A Sigma male's curiosity isn't just a passing interest or a casual need to know. It's an all-consuming hunger for understanding. When something catches his attention, it's not enough for him to just skim the surface. He digs deep, almost obsessively, until he's unraveled every thread, uncovered every hidden detail, and seen the full picture from every possible angle. This intense curiosity isn't about nosiness or meddling, it's about a relentless pursuit of truth. He needs to know how things work, why they happen, and what's really going on beneath the facade that most people take at face value. This drive to uncover the truth gives him an edge that's almost uncanny. While others are content with the superficial, the Sigma male is pulling back layers, connecting dots that no one else even noticed. This ability to see what's hidden makes him a master at solving complex problems and navigating tricky situations. It's not just about getting answers, it's about getting the answers, the ones that others miss because they didn't dig deep enough. His curiosity is a superpower, allowing him to understand the world on a level that leaves others in the dark, wondering how he seems to just things that they can't even begin to grasp. Number 2. Hyper-analytical brain. A Sigma male's brain operates like a finely tuned analytical machine, processing information with a precision that's almost surgical. He doesn't just accept things at face value. Every piece of data, every interaction, every word spoken to him gets dissected, examined, and scrutinized from every angle. His thought process is relentless, constantly breaking down complex ideas into their simplest forms, and then rebuilding them to see how they fit into the bigger picture. This hyper-analytical approach means he's rarely, if ever, fooled. He spots inconsistencies, flaws, and hidden motives long before others even realize something's off. While most people are busy reacting to what's right in front of them, the Sigma male has already played out every possible scenario in his mind, anticipating outcomes, predicting behaviors, and preparing for whatever comes next. His brain is like a supercomputer, running calculations in the background, making connections others overlook, and finding clarity in the chaos. What sets him apart isn't just his ability to analyze, but his ability to do so with incredible speed and accuracy. He doesn't get lost in the details. Instead, he uses them to build a clear, strategic understanding of whatever he's focused on. This makes him not just a thinker, but a problem solver of the highest order, someone who can take the most complex situations and simplify them into actionable steps. He sees the world not as it appears, but as it really is, stripping away the noise to uncover the raw, unfiltered truth. And in a world full of surface-level thinkers, that's an ability that makes him truly exceptional. Number 3. Calculated empathy. For a Sigma male, empathy isn't just about feeling what others feel. It's a calculated skill, wielded with precision and purpose. Unlike those who are swept away by emotions, he understands empathy as a tool, one that can be used to navigate social situations with an almost uncanny accuracy. He doesn't just sympathize, he analyzes. When he taps into someone else's emotions, he's not just doing it to connect on a personal level, he's gathering intel, reading the unspoken signals, and figuring out what makes people tick. This calculated approach to empathy allows him to see through facades, cutting straight to the core of what people really think and feel. He's not easily manipulated because he's already dissected the emotions involved and understands the underlying motivations. His empathy isn't soft, it's sharp, strategic, and deeply insightful. He uses it to understand not just what someone is feeling, but why they're feeling it, and how those feelings are likely to influence their behavior. This makes him an expert in navigating complex social dynamics. He can play on emotions when it benefits him, but he's also skilled at protecting himself from being emotionally manipulated. He knows how to give just enough empathy to maintain relationships without getting pulled into unnecessary drama. His approach is methodical. He cares, but he does so on his terms, never losing sight of his own goals in the process. This blend of empathy and strategy makes him someone who can connect deeply with others when he chooses to, but also someone who can step back and analyze the situation with a clear, objective mind. It's a delicate balance, but one he masters with ease, making his form of empathy both powerful and, at times, a little bit dangerous. Number 4. Pattern recognition. A Sigma male's mind is like a radar, constantly scanning for patterns in the world around him. He doesn't just see isolated events or random occurrences, he notices the underlying connections that others miss. This gift for pattern recognition is what makes him so adept at predicting outcomes and understanding complex situations with a clarity that's almost eerie. While others might get lost in the chaos of day-to-day life, he's quietly putting together the pieces, seeing how they fit into a broader, more cohesive whole. This ability allows him to anticipate moves before they happen, giving him an edge in almost every situation. Whether it's reading people, forecasting trends, or solving problems, his brain is always working, identifying the threads that tie everything together. He can take what looks like a scattered mess and discern the hidden order within, making connections that seem obvious only after he points them out. But it's not just about seeing patterns. It's about understanding them on a deep, almost instinctual level. This insight enables him to navigate life with a sort of quiet confidence, knowing he's often a few steps ahead of everyone else. He doesn't need to shout about what he sees. He just uses his knowledge to move through life with precision and purpose, avoiding pitfalls and seizing opportunities before anyone else even realizes they exist. His pattern recognition isn't limited to external situations either. It extends to his internal world as well. He's constantly analyzing his own thoughts and behaviors, looking for patterns in his emotions, decisions, and actions. This self-awareness helps him to refine his strategies, making him not just adaptable, but consistently improving. In a world where most people are reactive, he's proactive, using his ability to recognize patterns to shape his reality rather than being shaped by it. This skill, often overlooked by others, is one of his most powerful tools, allowing him to turn the seemingly random into the predictably successful. At number 5, creative abilities. A Sigma male's creative abilities aren't confined to traditional forms of art or expression. They're woven into the very fabric of how he approaches life. His creativity is practical, innovative, and deeply tied to his ability to solve problems in ways that others wouldn't even consider. While the world might see creativity as something abstract or whimsical, for him it's a powerful, functional tool. A way of thinking that lets him break free from the conventional and find solutions that are as effective as they are unexpected. He doesn't just follow the well-trodden paths, he carves out his own. This isn't creativity for the sake of being different, but creativity driven by necessity, a need to approach challenges from angles that others overlook. When faced with obstacles, he doesn't just push through them with brute force. Instead, he sidesteps them entirely, devising strategies and approaches that leave others wondering why they didn't think of it first. His mind is constantly exploring new possibilities, reimagining what's possible, and turning limitations into opportunities. This creative mindset extends to all areas of his life, from the way he interacts with people to how he navigates his career. He's not limited by what's been done before because he's always thinking about what be done. This forward-thinking approach allows him to innovate, to bring fresh ideas to the table, and to execute them with a precision that's often startling in its effectiveness. He's the one who can see solutions where others see dead ends, who can turn a problem on its head and find a way to make it work to his advantage. His creativity isn't loud or flashy. It's subtle, strategic, and deeply ingrained in how he operates. It's what allows him to stay ahead, to be a step above, and to excel in ways that others simply can't. In a world that often values conformity, his ability to think creatively is what sets him apart, making him not just a survivor, but a true innovator, someone who can thrive in any situation by seeing beyond the obvious and crafting solutions that are as unique as they are effective. Number 6, unshakable intensity. A Sigma male's intensity is like a silent storm, powerful, unwavering, and deeply rooted in everything he does. This isn't the kind of intensity that manifests as loud or aggressive behavior. Instead, it's an unshakable focus and determination that drives him to pursue his goals with a quiet, almost relentless energy. When he sets his sights on something, nothing can distract him. He's all in, fully committed, and willing to push himself to the limits to achieve what he's after. This intensity shows up in every aspect of his life, from his work to his relationships to his personal growth. It's what allows him to dive deep into projects, mastering complex subjects and honing his skills to a level that few can match. He doesn't just dabble, he immerses himself fully, losing himself in the process until he's achieved a level of understanding and expertise that others find intimidating. His intensity isn't about working harder just for the sake of it. It's about working smarter, driven by a purpose that he feels on a visceral level. People around him might mistake this intensity for aloofness or detachment, but the truth is it's quite the opposite. He's so deeply engaged with his pursuits that he sometimes tunes out the noise around him, focusing only on what truly matters. This can make him seem distant, but in reality, it's just a reflection of how deeply he cares about what he's doing. He's not easily swayed by distractions or superficial desires. His mind is always locked on his goals, cutting through the chaos with a laser-like precision. This intensity also gives him a kind of resilience that's rare. He doesn't back down easily and isn't thrown off course by setbacks or challenges. Instead, they fuel him, driving him to push harder, dig deeper, and find new ways to overcome whatever obstacles stand in his way. It's this unyielding drive that makes him so formidable. Someone who doesn't just aim for success, but who expects it, knowing that his intensity will carry him through where others might falter. His intensity isn't just a trait, it's the engine behind his success, powering him forward with a force that's both compelling and unstoppable. Number 7, obsessive nature. A Sigma male's obsessive nature is both a blessing and a curse, but it's undeniably one of the driving forces behind his success. When he becomes fixated on something, it consumes him entirely. He doesn't just dip his toes into a subject. He dives in head first, often to the point where it's all he can think about. This obsession isn't about addiction. It's about a deep, unrelenting need to master whatever he's focused on. His obsession pushes him to explore every facet of a subject, turning over every stone until he knows it inside out. Whether it's a new skill, a project, or even a personal interest, he can't help but immerse himself completely. This intense focus allows him to achieve levels of expertise that others only dream of. But it also means he can become so absorbed that everything else fades into the background. He'll work tirelessly, sometimes to the point of exhaustion, just to get closer to the level of perfection he demands of himself. But this obsession isn't just about achieving goals. It's also about understanding. He has an insatiable curiosity that drives him to dig deeper, to question everything, and to never settle for surface-level answers. It's this obsessive nature that leads him to uncover hidden truths, to see connections that others miss, and to push boundaries in ways that can be both innovative and groundbreaking. However, his obsessive tendencies can also make him appear distant or detached from those around him. He can become so consumed by his pursuits that he neglects other areas of his life, sometimes at the expense of relationships or personal well-being. Yet, to him, it's a small price to pay for the satisfaction of mastering something that truly captivates him. In the end, it's this obsessive nature that sets him apart from the rest. While others may lose interest or give up when things get tough, he digs in deeper, driven by an inner fire that refuses to be extinguished. His obsession isn't just about achieving, it's about conquering, mastering, and ultimately becoming the best at whatever he sets his mind to. It's a powerful force, one that propels him to heights that others can only admire from a distance. Number 8. Desire for greatness. A Sigma male's desire for greatness isn't just a lofty dream, it's a burning ambition that quietly drives everything he does. He doesn't chase after fame or external validation. Instead, his pursuit of greatness is deeply personal. It's about reaching a standard of excellence that he sets for himself, one that often far exceeds what society expects. He's not content with mediocrity. He's constantly pushing himself to do more, to be more, and to achieve more. This desire for greatness is what fuels his relentless self-improvement. He's always looking for ways to refine his skills, broaden his knowledge, and elevate his thinking. He's not afraid of hard work, and he doesn't shy away from challenges. In fact, he welcomes them as opportunities to test his limits and grow stronger. For him, greatness isn't just a goal, it's a way of life, a constant striving towards something better, something more meaningful. His pursuit of greatness is also marked by a deep sense of purpose. He's not interested in superficial success or fleeting achievements. He wants to leave a lasting impact, to create something that matters. Whether it's in his career, his personal life, or his creative endeavors, he's always aiming for something that will stand the test of time. This isn't about ego. It's about fulfilling a deep-seated need to make the most of his potential, to not just live, but to thrive in a way that's true to who he is. But this desire for greatness can also be a double-edged sword. It drives him to excel, but it also means he's rarely satisfied with where he is. He's always looking ahead, always thinking about what comes next. This restlessness can make him seem distant or hard to please, but it's just a reflection of how deeply he cares about his journey. He's not chasing perfection, he's chasing progress, knowing that the pursuit of greatness is a never-ending journey. In the end, it's this unwavering desire for greatness that sets a Sigma male apart. He doesn't just want to be good, he wants to be extraordinary. And he's willing to do whatever it takes to get there, not for the applause or recognition, but for the personal satisfaction of knowing he's lived up to his own incredibly high standards. This drive for greatness is what makes him not just successful but truly exceptional, someone who stands out in a world that often settles for less. If you love the video and want to see more fascinating content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Your support helps us bring you more of the content you love.